Astute Tourist channel.
Hey, I'm Bill Merrill from Windham, New Hampshire, and you're watching the Astute Tourist channel.
Hi guys, this is Mr. Tranquilo, and you are watching the Astute Tourist channel. Enjoy it.
Good morning, all you keepers of the faith, you defenders of freedom, you. My name is Jimmy. I'm your Astute Tourist. It is Tuesday, July 11th. Good morning to everybody. I hope you all are doing well. It's another overcast morning here in the Northeast. Go figure. Imagine that, raining. We've been having some serious floods here, the central and western part of the state. Crazy. Roads are out. Rivers and brooks are overflowing. Cats and dogs are sleeping together. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on. But good morning to you. I hope you all having a good morning. It's been a good night. I've actually had a good night. And look who is here. It's Colleen. Colleen, good morning. You're actually up? You'd be in bed right now if you were still home. Imagine that. Let's go right over to the chat and say good morning to Law Jones. Good morning, Law. It's good to see you. Scotty Too Hottie MTP is here. Good morning to you. Shirley is here from Glitter World. Good morning, Shirley. Thank you for coming in. John from the Gaylors is here. Hi, John. Looking down the list. Good morning to you all. Fabrizio is here. Good morning, Fabrizio. How are you, my friend? Thank you for coming in. Brandon the Bear, how are you, sir? It's good to see you. Thank you for dropping in. Like I said, Colleen is here. Good morning, Colleen. Carolyn said good morning. Well, good morning to Carolyn, too. You guys can come up on the panel if you want. I already know the answer to that one. But good morning, everybody. It's good to see you all here in the house with us. Like I said, it is Tuesday, July 11th. We had a very rainy day, a very rainy night. And I think it's supposed to be decent. Let's go right over to the weather and see what the weather is for southern New Hampshire here today. Right now, the current temperature is 64 degrees. It's mostly cloudy. The sun is supposed to peak out around 8 a.m. and then should be a sunny day from about 10 o'clock on. So looks like it's going to be a decent day. It's going to be a little bit cooler. Temperatures 84 is the high. But we should have a little bit of better weather than we've been having. It's crazy here, the amount of rain we've been getting. I don't know how much more the ground can take. Colleen, that wouldn't be a good idea. We just woke up. Some people might think that would be a good idea, but I already knew the answer to that. But thanks for dropping in. Let's get right down to business. Good morning, everybody. Best sip of the day. Cheers. That calls for another one. Very nice. I hope the signal's looking good for everybody today. It looks like it's decent. That old StreamYard there doesn't do itself justice. We got Streamlabs up and everything looks perfect. It's a bright, clear picture, and I like to see that. So, knock on wood. We'll keep it at that. But let's see. What are we doing today? Today is Tuesday. It's my day in the field. Thank goodness it's going to be sunny. I deal with a lot of construction sites. It's going to be muddy. I have to wear my hip waders today. I'll be probably bringing a bunch of dirt back to my office, just because the way that these sites are never, they're under construction, so there's mud and dirt and all everywhere. But I hope everybody had a good night. I hope it's sunny and nice where you're at. Last night, I tried working on some video editing, and sometimes it just doesn't go as well as you plan. These video editing programs, they're only as good as the programs that they're written in. And I worked on it for about an hour, and then something happened, and all the stuff that I was working on was all mixed up and jumbled, and just didn't seem to come out exactly as it should have. So I got frustrated and put it away, so we'll try it again tonight. I did get a little progress done, but I was working on some of the audio, and what I'm doing is I'm taking audio from some clips to use in the background of others, and for whatever reason, it was just I was having a rough time of it. And then when the frustration sets in, then you can't get anything done correctly. So I did the right thing. I put everything away, went down to the grill, put some steak tips and some chicken thighs on the grill, grilled those up. I cooked supper for Nick and his girlfriend. We had the chicken and the steak and some rice and green beans. It was a glorious dinner, and we chilled out and we watched some YouTube and we laughed. And Sophie is barking at Molly right now. Barking, snorting, growling, grunting at Molly. But that's fine. That's fine. They're usually they would be in with Colleen right now, sleeping. Right, Law? Yeah, it was very good. In fact, I have some leftovers. I think I'm probably going to bring that for lunch today. I usually buy lunch during the week when I'm at work. I have a few key places we go to. Usually, the sandwich shops, pizza places. It's all the same. We have to kind of stay within our jurisdiction when we go to get lunch. So I may bring what I have for leftovers into work. Scott says, I'm out of work at least a week. Going to be reevaluated Monday. Last 2 days almost fell twice while walking. Workman's comp claim started and might do a lawsuit. Yeah, man, that was crazy. If you hadn't heard, our good friend Scotty Too Huddy, formerly AKA Lone Cross MTP, he was working in his security shack there and got hit by a truck. Poor guy. And little worse for wear there, but I'm glad you're talking and somewhat walking, Scott. And keep us apprised of your progress. I hope you feel better soon. It's tough the older we get. We were talking about this on Sunday. Nick and I had the ladder out and the pressure washer and the soapy suds brush, and we were washing. We have vinyl siding. We were washing the back of the house. And I got up on the metal bulkhead, and I was scrubbing the side of the house, and, man, it was slippery, and I fell down. And I didn't move for a few minutes because I didn't feel any pain, but I was expecting to feel something. And I was okay, thank goodness. Smashed my elbow up, but other than that, I was all right. But the problem with getting older is you don't heal as quickly. You break easier and you don't heal as quick. So Scott, all the best to you, my friend, and prayers for a speedy recovery. And like I said, keep us in the loop of how you're doing. John from the Gaylors, I know he understands. He had some surgery done on his knee recently. I hope you're doing good, John. Sounded like yesterday you're on the mend, which is good. Back to driving again, which is a key. Being able to at least get around and get some things done. It's good for your mind as well. So I wish everybody good health today. Like I said, it's currently 64 degrees, and the sun should be out soon. The sun is a good thing. I enjoy the sun. It's good for my disposition. You know that vitamin D producing sun helps with PMA for sure. Certainly does for me anyway. But let's do this. This Week in History. All right, not every weekday, but maybe this will become a daily thing. But this is our series, our history lesson, This Week in History. This Week in History is brought to you by Cup of Joe Live, weekdays at 6 a.m. Take a cup home. Go to our Etsy store, and you can get yourself a cup. I think my mother just got hers. Are you enjoying a cup of water, Mom, or tea, perhaps? I know Jen Cohen, she got herself a cup as well. So, This Week in History is sponsored by the Cup of Joe Morning Live. This week in history in 1543, King Henry VIII of England wed his sixth and last wife, Catherine Parr. Did she lose her head, I wonder? They don't go into much detail. But I wonder if she ticked him off to the point where maybe she lost her head. I don't know. My mother says she's drinking water now. And old ills come back to haunt, right, Law? Yeah, for sure. For sure. In 1862, on this day, July 11th, the Medal of Honor awarded for battlefield bravery was created for the U.S. Army. In 1884, Italian painter and sculptor Emilio Modigliani, I think I said that correctly, whose portraits are among the most important of the 20th century, was born. Happy birthday to Emilio. 1904, Chilean poet, diplomat, and politician Pablo Neruda, perhaps the most important Latin American poet of the 20th century and the winner of the 1971 Nobel Prize for Literature, was born. So happy birthday to Chilean poet Pablo Neruda. On this day, July 11th, in 1920, the independent Republic of Lithuania, having successfully expelled invading Soviet troops, signed a peace treaty with Russia. We talked about these guys yesterday, but on this day in 1962, the iconic British rock band, the Rolling Stones, performed their first show, billed as the Rolling Stones, at a club in London. 1962. What were you doing in 1962? I wasn't doing anything. In 1975, the island nation of Sao Tome and Principe was granted independence from Portugal. I'm sure I butchered that name. 1976, the television game show Family Feud, Let's Play the Feud, began airing on ABC, and it became hugely popular in part because of the personal charm and witty banter of the host, Richard Dawson. The show continued with different hosts, including Steve Harvey, into the 21st century. 1976. Remember Richard Dawson? Do you remember what TV show he was on way before Family Feud? Scott says, I was being born. Right? Richard Dawson, what TV show was he on? There's a trivia question for you. 1979. Between games of the baseball doubleheader involving the Chicago White Sox and the Detroit Tigers at Kaminsky Park, disco records were blown up as part of a promotion dubbed Disco Demolition Night. Fans subsequently rushed the field, and as a result of the ensuing mayhem, the second game was forfeited to the Tigers. I remember that. There you go, Scott. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Richard Dawson. Richard Dawson was he was the Englishman as part of the band of kooky guys in Stalag 13 in the show with Sergeant Schultz, right? Hogan's Heroes. On this day in 2005, Prince Albert II, the only son of Prince Rainier III and Grace Kelly, formally assumed the throne of Monaco. Grace Kelly, now there was a hottie in her time. Poor girl lost her life in a car crash. I saw an old picture of her and Gary Cooper yesterday on the set of High Noon. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie, black and white Western. Of course, High Noon being about the shootout at the OK Corral, that famous shootout. I believe, what was that, in Tucson, Arizona? Famous birthdays in 1817. Henry David Thoreau, the American writer, was born. 1895, R. Buckminster Fuller, an American engineer, architect, and futurist, was born. In 1904, Pablo Neruda, as we said. Bill Cosby, the American entertainer and producer, was born in 1937. Malala Yousafzai, Pakistani activist, was born in 1997. And born in 1466 in Rotterdam, Netherlands, Desiderius Erasmus. He was a Dutch humorist. He was born. In the featured event on this day in 1984, Geraldine Ferraro, designated running mate for Walter Mondale. I remember that. She was a Democratic presidential candidate Walter F. Mondale put forward Geraldine Ferraro as his running mate on this day in 1984, making her the first woman ever nominated for vice president by a U.S. political party. And we all know how that ended. Ronald Reagan won and was the president for another 4 years. So, there you have it, folks. There's your history lesson for today. This Week in History. All right, so let's do this. Another salute to a cup of Joe, Java, cafe, coffee. My favorite in the morning. Keeps my motor running this early. 1962 brought us the Beatles and the Stones, Bob Dylan, and many more. It was a good year. It certainly was, Law. We talk about music a lot here, but I don't know if you can see behind me. There you go. I may like music. Yeah, 62 was a good year. 64 was a good year. And I'll tell you why. You know why 64 was a good year? Well, first and foremost, I was born. So that was a good year for me. And probably my parents. But also, the Beatles came to America in 1964. They were on the Ed Sullivan Show that year. And the same month as my birth, the Ford Mustang was born. Lee Iacocca, you may know him from the old Mopar Chrysler days. He designed the Ford Mustang. And one of my favorite cars of all is a Ford Mustang. I've never owned one. But who knows, someday when I win the lottery, I may get myself some sort of muscle car. The Ford Mustang. So 64 was a good year. But, of course, lots of bands came out of the 60s. We were talking about this yesterday, how music in the 60s and the 70s, I think were a great time for rock and roll, especially. Music in general, though, I mean, we were talking about some of the big bands, you know, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, the Doors, Jimi Hendrix, the Who, the Eagles, Black Sabbath, of course, progressive bands like Yes and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Ted Nugent and Peter Frampton, the Allman Brothers, as we said yesterday, and many, many more. There was nothing like the music of the 70s. Queen. My mother. You got to play to win, Jim. Yeah, that's right, Mom. I haven't played the lottery in a while. I was playing it pretty regularly. Speaking of that, I think tonight, speaking of the lottery, I think tonight is the drawing for Powerball, right? Or yeah, Powerball. Powerball. Oh, it looks like it was last night. Powerball, the jackpot now is up. So doesn't look like anybody won it last night. $725 million is the next drawing. Mega Millions. Let's see. Isn't there another one besides Powerball? But the Powerball is up. Its estimated jackpot is up to $725 million. Colleen says, that's okay. I play for us both. Well, darn it, honey. Let's go. Let's get those numbers. We need that. What would you do if you won $725 million? So, I don't know. I know you have a choice. You can take so much for life, or you can get a lump sum. I would probably do the lump sum. So you take, I don't know what you'd get out of that. $500 million, maybe. And then, of course, you got to pay taxes on that. So that's 30% of that. So that's less, another 150,000. I'd be okay with that. I'm sure I have that math wrong, but whatever it is, even if you took 400 million, what would you do with all of that money? Right, Scott? I'd get the lump sum too, I think. We'd all be going on a cruise, you guys. I know that. We'd have a Powerball party. Take a long cruise. Disappear for a year. I'd probably disappear forever, John. Lump sum and put it in the trust. Live off the interest. Yup. I'm not sure what I would do. You know, of course, you'd do the usual. You'd pay off your bills, buy your house. Whatever. I'd sell this house and move somewhere sandy and sunny. Joke of the day. Mom's got it. We haven't seen Jen this week. So Mom's here. She's got the joke of the day. How did the grape get to be so wise? By raising awareness. Good job, Mom. The joke of the day is brought to you by Nancy in Southern Florida with her Cup of Joe Live mug full of a crystal clear cup of water. I could make do with 400 million, right, Denise? Hell yeah. Like I said, I think we'd all be going on a cruise. Then I don't know what I'd do. I'd settle for around 20 grand. I could get a different car and stock the house, right? Right, Terry? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't balk at any amount that I won. Well, I barely win free tickets. Colleen and I played Keno a couple weeks ago. Put $20 in the machine. I played 10 rounds of 12 numbers or whatever. Yeah, not a thing. But we had fun watching the numbers on the TV. I'm not a big gambler. Last night we were, I was hanging with the kids and we were watching a couple of YouTube channels. There's one couple out of, well, they were both out of Las Vegas, but there's this one that we watch. This girl, Ruby, she does reviews on hotels and food reviews of buffets and that, but they were playing these slot machines. They put, I forget what she put in, $300 and came back with about $1,400, which was pretty good. But how many $300 did she play in the past to make that? Then we watched another channel, which I had no idea who they are. We just kind of stumbled on it. It was another woman from out there. She played the Buffalo slot machine. Buffalo. And she put $1,000 in the machine. And then lost over $700. And then she was like, well, we're gonna keep playing it. She put another $1,000 in the machine. And we're like, what? So now she's got $1,300 in this machine. Guess what? She won $22,000 on this Buffalo slot machine. Now, that's not the norm. Even she said that. She said she was glad that she stuck with that machine because very rarely do things like that happen. And I don't know. I don't know these machines, but it's some Buffalo slot machine. She ended up getting 15 gold Buffaloes over a time of playing and got all these free spins and free spins and free spins. She ended up winning $22,000 by putting $2,000 into this machine. I could handle that. I mean, you still got to pay taxes on that, but hell yeah. Definitely pay some bills off of that. Terry says I'm more practical. Cruises kind of scare me. But to go to my mom's grave would be both sad and happy. Is she buried far away from you, Terry? Denise says, we have an Indian casino about 20 minutes from here. Haven't been there in years. There's some casinos here in New Hampshire, but New Hampshire's weird. It's like they have to give their proceeds or part of it to charity. That's how they get away having these casinos. They're not big like what you would think, but they do have slot machines and tables and that. I'm not a gambler, so I don't really do that. But in Connecticut, which is probably a couple hours drive south of here, there's two big casinos. One is Mohegan Sun. The other one is Foxwoods. And then in Boston, they just have the big one that opened a year or two ago, Encore, which is a big casino and hotel there. I don't know. $100 in my pocket, I feel like a winner. So when we go on the ship, I'll probably, who knows, maybe I haven't gambled on the last two cruises I went on. You never know. I may throw down on a slot machine or something, but Colleen and I don't really gamble. Maybe I'll put in for the slot pull. That would be fun, right? Because there's a bunch of people who get into that. Denise is going to help me with that. Unbeknownst to you, Denise, but yeah, you can help me with that. I'm not sure how to do it, but I guess you everybody throws some money in the pot and then put that in the machine, and then everybody gets a spin at the wheel, and you get to split the winnings or something. Denise says, ever heard of Choctaw Bingo by James McCurdy? Robert Earl Keen covered it too. Great song. We have 5 Choctaw reservations within an hour from here. I don't know. It sounds familiar, the name Choctaw, but I don't know about the song. John says, I played at both Mohegan and Foxwoods. We also did Twin Rivers out that way, too. Yeah, that's right. There is Twin Rivers, right? That's Connecticut. Is that Connecticut, John? I think it is. I think you're right. Terry says, I felt like a winner when I turned $5 into $50 at Circus in Vegas. Denise says, put in your money and push the button. Thank you. I needed that. Colleen actually won. She won like $400 on a slot machine. So we were in Vegas. When I was playing in a band, we actually opened for the Goo Goo Dolls at the Paris Hotel. And while we're doing sound check and setting up and getting ready for this show, Colleen was out playing the slots. She ended up winning $400. And she was sad because she was by herself. She had no one to celebrate. Yay, I won. Nobody's around me. But that's pretty cool. I've never won any amount gambling. I won money at Keno once. I was in Boston at the at Florian Hall, which is the Boston Firefighters Union Hall. It's a big restaurant, and they have a bar there, and they have Keno. And I played some numbers on the Keno, and I won enough money to eat and drink for free. So I don't know. I don't know if that was how much money it was, but hey. Paul is here. Good morning, Paul. And he says he likes that song, Choctaw Bingo. I'm going to have to look that up. Denise says she won $750 on a $20 in the slots on the Valor. Cashed out and left. That's the way to do it. Quit while you're ahead, right? Colleen says, that was fun, but I had celebrated alone. I know, honey. I was busy. I was working. Yeah, Denise, it was pretty cool. We were actually on VH1, so that was part of VH1's summer concert series, and it was televised. I have the video of it around here somewhere, but it was the Goo Goo Dolls and the Donnas in the Adam Ezra group, and a couple other bands. There was a few of us there, but that was a lot of fun. One of my highlights of my career, being able to travel. Everything was paid for. I felt like a rock star. Get to the airport, and there's a guy there with a sign up holding the name of the band and a bunch of limousines waiting for us, and took us to the hotel, and they wined and dined us and gave us a bunch of money, and it was a lot of fun. The last time I felt like a rock star. John says, not sure of the state. I didn't do well there. Jody won and said, if we leave now, I will take you to Texas Roadhouse. The steak was great. You're a winner. You got a free and a good steak. Why not? My mother said she won $80 once. I did great in Bangor, Maine at a Hollywood casino. Terry says she's heard of a song called Indian Outlaw. Scott says, I won $3,500 in slots while only spending $100 to get in. Got there at 4 and went home at 5 a.m. the next day. Oh, wow. A lot of drinking going on, I'm sure. That's one of the things. If you spend enough time playing, they bring you drinks. They want you to be impaired so you don't think correctly. I don't know. I'm just saying that. You won over $3,000 on my first cruise on Fantasy. Got a lot of points and great cruise deals. Yeah, maybe we'll have to throw $100 down and do some gambling on the ship. I don't know. I don't know much about it, so. Terry just put up the link, James McCurdy's Choctaw Bingo. My mother and brother each gave me a roll of quarters on my birthday and took me to the casino. I don't know how much I won because I kept cashing out, but I had a bucket full of quarters. That's cool. Colleen and I went to Vegas once by ourselves. Kids were little, we were young, we were poor. Did a little gambling. We didn't gamble much. We stayed at the Luxor Hotel, which is the one that looks like a pyramid. But we walked all the way down to the old strip. I didn't realize it was like 5 miles away or something, 3 miles away. And we walked the whole length and walked the whole length back. We were tired, but it was fun. We had a good time. Went to the Hoover Dam. We took a tour to the Hoover Dam and went to some other casino. And we went to Ocean. What did we go to? What was that, Colleen? Did we go where they make the cranberry juice there? Right, Paul? I put $20 in, and when it's gone, so am I. And that can go pretty quick. Scotty said, I had 35 drinks and still walked normal when I left. They must water down the drinks. I bet they do. I bet they do. Remember, the house always wins. Yeah, Vegas is pretty cool. I'm not a big gambler. I mean, there's a lot to do there. A lot of shows and that kind of thing. It's expensive. You gotta go there with a pocket full of money. But when we went, it wasn't so much Ocean Spray. Thank you. That was the place, Denise. When we went to Vegas, it wasn't like it is today in terms of all the famous people doing shows. Like, what do they have? Yeah, thank you, Colleen. Ocean Spray. They have like Donny Osmond's there for like a year. Celine Dion had her own thing. I think Adele has a. It wasn't like that. You could catch somebody there for 2 nights or whatever, but it wasn't quite like it is today. But it was a lot of fun. They were just building. Now I can't think of the name. That big, tall Stratosphere, right? That big, tall casino with the rotating top. That was under construction when we were there. God, Colleen, how long ago was that? That was forever ago. Had to be in the 90s, early 90s maybe. I remember the kids were little. They're building the Sphere in Vegas. It looks amazing. I think that's the one where they're showing like videos and that on the outside. I think I saw. That's right, Paul. Wayne Newton was probably the only one back then that had a residency. I believe he lived there. You know, and a couple others, but it's not like it is today. You know, you can go there any given time and see some famous people. 1991. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. 30 years ago. Or 20 years ago. What is that? No, 30 years ago. My goodness. Time is fleeting. 43 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Do you know where your coffee is? I do. It's right here. All right, don't forget to hit that like button. Share us out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. You're watching The Astute Tourist, Cup of Joe Morning Live. We're here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday mornings at 6 a.m. Tomorrow is Wednesday. It's Hump Day. We're gonna have a couple special guests. Hopefully, Colleen and Carolyn will be sharing the panel with us. They're going to be live on location in Atlanta, Georgia. We haven't decided what we're going to be drinking tomorrow, but we'll certainly make it so that they have the ingredients available. Maybe they'll be in a restaurant or a bar. I don't know. You never know. But that's tomorrow night, 6 p.m. EST for Hump Day Cocktail Hour with your host, me. If you want to support the channel, you can go to teespring.com. I know none of my links are working. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure what happened to these. They're there. It says they're there, but they're not working. I see nothing on the screen. Something's happened to this darn thing. But you could go to teespring.com, get yourself some t-shirts. Go to our Etsy channel as well. T-shirts. This is the newest one. Our newest t-shirt with the logo on the front. The large logo on the back. With the YouTube insignia there. You can help support the channel by doing that. You can also go to our PayPal. Go to PayPal me, The Astute Tourist. And you can support us that way. You can become a member of the channel if you'd like to. We have a few members in the house. We would appreciate that. Something's definitely happened to this, because that's supposed to be the membership thank you. You can't see it, can you? You hear the song. I don't know what's going on with that. Do not know. What are you going to do? Oh, goodness. Puppies. Puppies. They're barking at somebody. Might be Nick getting out of the shower. But anyway, so you can support us there, become a member of the channel. And all of your support, I do appreciate, and I and Colleen both appreciate everybody and all your support. And let's talk about the cruise for a couple minutes here, the booze cruise or any cruise. But we're gonna be bringing some stuff with us. I want to do some ducks. I got my little duck here. My little vocalist duck. He won't be, I won't be giving him away. This was a gift. But we'll be bringing some little ducks. And we'll be hiding those on the ship. We're also going to do a shot glass exchange. And I'm thinking about having some Astute Tourist shot glasses printed. And we'll give them away. And then I'm intrigued by this whole Halloween thing. Denise has ducks. So, Denise, where do you get your ducks from? The last time I got mine from the Oriental Trading Company. I bought a big bag of them for like $30. You could get a bag of like, I don't know, 100 of them or something. And they're not big, they're just tiny. I spent more time putting the tag on them that said, "You've been ducked." Go to our Facebook page and take a picture of yourself with the duck. Say, "I've been ducked by the astute tourist." Do you do that, Denise? Do you put little tags on them with your channel? Law says, Colleen asked the bartender what his best drink is and send Jimmy the list of ingredients. It's a good idea. But I have to be able to have the ingredients here. You ordered yours from Temu. Temu, Oriental Trading, and Amazon. Okay. I don't know what Temu is. But we're gonna bring some ducks. And like I said, I'm thinking I'm having some shot classes. Astute duck raid. So yeah, we're gonna make some shot classes, and I want to do like key tags or something as well to hand out. I wanted to do lanyards, but I couldn't find any that were affordable. So if anybody knows of any place where you can get, a good amount of lanyards, 25 or so, or 50 for a decent price. Okay, I just went to Temu, and I'm looking at their. So yeah, it looks similar to a little bit of Oriental Trading kind of place, or. Very cool. Ooh, you can get eyebrow trimmer scissors there at Temu. Do I need those yet? So once in a while I'll get one of those rogue gray speaker wire things hanging out of my eyebrows. Ooh, earbuds cleaning brush. It's 89 cents. Look at that. You see that? It's an earbuds cleaning brush. Wow. Temu. I didn't until today, Law. I've never heard of it. Temu. I see what they are now. You can get a car dent repair puller for $7.27. Denise says, okay, I have something to give out, but I have to figure out how to get our name on it. Okay. Everyone knows Temu. Eddie is king, Temu. Jimmy must not spend time on YouTube. It's every other commercial on my phone. Is that right? Maybe I've seen it. I've just ignored it. I don't know. Eddie is king Temu. Is he buying all kinds of stuff on Temu? I'm just going through the list of things here. It's crazy. My goodness. And what do you can, I'm guessing you can buy this stuff in bulk. All right, so if I put in rubber duckies. Oh my. Rubber duck, toy duckies. 54% off. For $6.48. I don't know how many you get, but That's crazy. So yeah, I'll definitely check out Temu. Eddie did a whole show on Temu. Okay. I guess I don't get around. Eddie should get a commission. I have only used Vistaprint, John says, for promotional items. I've gone to some sites on there. I basically just type it in and search, but type cruise in the search bar. Lots of cruise and goodies. Is the under Temu? Or just in Google general? Cruise ship essentials. Gotcha. Oh my. There is all kinds of stuff. Oh, they had cruise lanyards. Okay. 60-piece ducks with tags. $13.48. Oh no, it's 60-piece duck tags with cruising rubber duck kits. Oh, I see. So I guess it's the tags. Well, fantastic. Well, thank you for letting me know about Temu. That's something Colleen and I will probably go crazy on now. Get our stuff for the cruise. But maybe we'll decorate the door. We've never done any of that stuff. I need to figure out what I'm... rubber ducky. Joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Right? Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun. All right, Terry, go get some sleep. Thank you for coming in. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. It is 55 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock a.m. Today is Tuesday, July 11th. I appreciate everybody coming in and joining us. We're making Scott laugh. Dad says good morning. Good morning, Dad. I hope you're bright-eyed this morning. My father. Don't forget to eat your breakfast. Take a shower. That goes for all of you. Eat your breakfast and take a shower. Get a couple of pineapple magnets, right, Billy? I'm not turning them upside down. No, no, no. Or, you know what? I can get some magnets and we can put them on someone else's door. That would just be mean, wouldn't it? John says somebody watched Sesame Street. Yeah, I think all of us of our age group, I think we have. And then my kids did. Just gave away our age, Scott. Right, Denise? Yep, kind of sad we still know that song. Oh, goodness me. Well, I appreciate you guys, as always. Tomorrow night we're going to be doing our Hump Day cocktail hour at 6 p.m. We'll have Colleen and Carolyn in the on the panel with us, hopefully. We'll get it set up. Collab cam with Colleen and Carolyn in the house. Willing to give my age away, but there's no takers, right, Law? Yeah, I'll trade with somebody, as long as you're younger than me. But I do appreciate you coming in. Don't forget, tomorrow we are doing Humpdale Cock Day Hour. There you go. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA will definitely save your day. And when I tell you that I'm living proof that it works, believe me, because all craziness aside, it really does work. considering somebody who was in a deep dark hole for a long period. I've adopted a positive mental attitude. It pushes that negative energy away, and believe me, it does. It helps you through the day. All you got to do is do one day at a time. That's it. And it'll save your day, save your week. It'll save your life. Push all that negativity out. Stay positive, stay alive, stay happy. Keep those first responders, the men and ladies of our fire department, police department, our healthcare workers, EMS and first responders, all of those folks, they're out there every day working selflessly, 24/7 to keep us safe and healthy. Make sure you thank some of those folks when you see them. Thank them for their service. The same goes for our veterans. The men and ladies of our armed forces, they're on that proverbial wall every day protecting us, protecting our freedoms and our liberties, protecting us and our country and our way of life. Don't forget them. Don't forget to make a difference in somebody's day. A smile at somebody, kind word, shake a hand. Pardon me. A hug. That'll you just never know what somebody's going through in their day. And you may just change somebody for the better. You can pay it forward too. If you're in line at the drive-thru and you want to buy somebody a coffee, certainly do that. It all helps. That's all part of PMA. It's all part of that positive energy. Karma is a good thing when you use it correctly. That's right, Law. Be a good Samaritan. Honestly. And last but not least, don't forget the red, white, and blue, Old Glory. I salute that flag. I respect it. I love my flag. If you don't know the meaning of your flag, you should learn that. And no matter what country of origin you're from, respect that flag. A lot of people have come before us and they've given up that ultimate sacrifice to protect that, to protect what it stands for. It's definitely worth more than the cloth it's printed on. Good Old Glory, red, white, and blue. I love it. I love my country and I love my freedom. And I love all of you guys. I really do. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. You're here with me every morning, and I couldn't be more appreciative. So thank you, guys. Eddie Lugo's coming up around 7:15 today. We'll go over and we'll say hi to Eddie. If you want to mention that you were here, give us a raid from the Astute Tourist channel. That would be awesome. I hope you all have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow night. I want to wish everybody peace and love from deep down in my heart. My name is Jimmy. I am your Astute Tourist, and we'll see you later.